the Phoenix area, but also the whole United States. So if you ever have any immigration questions, we're here to help you. Today, we're going to talk about a question that's on a lot of people's minds, which is, talk to me about my COVID stimulus check.
Sí, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Elías Matanos y yo les estaré dando información en detalle sobre los pagos de impacto económico.
Okay, so Elias, I think one of the main questions people have is, who is eligible for the stimulus check?
Las personas que pueden recibir este pago de impacto económico son aquellos que son ciudadanos americanos o residentes permanentes que tienen un número de seguro social trabajando. También puede ser gente que está jubilada, que recibe aún pagos de seguro social, o las personas que están en deshabilitación o que reciben pagos de recursos a veteranos.
Okay, so my understanding of that is that it's anyone who's a U.S. resident who has a work permitted Social Security number.
Eso es correcto.
Right? So if your Social Security number says not work eligible, then you're not going to probably be eligible to get the stimulus check.
Correcto. Solamente para la gente que tiene un seguro elegible.
Okay, and if you are retired, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're out working right now. You don't have to be generating an income. If you're retired and you're getting Social Security benefits, are those people going to be eligible?
Sí, para la gente que está recibiendo esos pagos de disabilidad, por supuesto, sí van a recibir este pago económico.
Okay. Excuse me. Go ahead. Okay. And then the third category of people is folks who are on disability. So, and people who are receiving veterans benefits. So who are the people who aren't eligible?
Para la gente que no está elegible, son para aquellos que son que no son residentes permanentes, o para la gente que no tiene el número de seguro social válido, y para la gente que se consideran como dependientes. O sea, si alguien te puso en los impuestos de ellos como dependiente, no te van a otorgar un pago económico.
Okay, so I think that one thing that as an immigration lawyer, I want to stress to you is if for some reason you're working with a U.S. citizen's work with their Social Security number, perhaps it's your child or something like that, and you then cash that stimulus check, I would be concerned that this is some type of benefit that's coming to you that is based on having status here when perhaps you don't. So I would really hesitate to take the check if for some reason the underlying basis is not on the up and up.
Referente a lo que explicó, la recomendación es de que para la gente que esté quizás utilizando un seguro social de quizás de un hijo o un familiar para trabajar, se les recomienda que quizás no acepten ese pago económico, solo porque pues puede resultar en que le perjudique en un futuro con su proceso migratorio.
Okay, so did you kind of cover the payment or the income thresholds already?
Para la gente que la que no calificaría sería para gente que están haciendo sus impuestos como una persona individual, soltera, que gana más de $99,000 al año, o para aquellos que son casados que ganarían $198,000 juntos, o para la persona que se registra en los impuestos como cabeza de casa, que gana más de $136,000. Esas tres categorías, esas personas no recibirían pago económico.
Okay, and so basically, and this is just my summary, you don't have to repeat it, but if you make over $100,000, then you're not going to be eligible. Like basically, if you made over $100,000 in the prior tax year, then you're potentially not going to be eligible for getting the stimulus check. And then for couples who together they make over $198,000, so putting that 99 and 99 together, they're also not going to be eligible for the stimulus check. And then, of course, people who don't have any status here, at least under this specific plan, are not going to be eligible for the check. But it's important to note that different states are still, funding, and you can translate this for me if you don't mind, but different states are creating programs for people who don't have status here and are still obviously severely impacted. They not only contribute to our economy, but they help keep our economy going round. So their spending and their labor helps our country kind of stay together. And for example, California is passing right now a stimulus for people to become eligible even if you don't have status in the country.
Entonces, ya quizás aunque la gente, la que no califique para este pago económico federal, hay ciertos estados, por ejemplo California ahorita, que están pasando leyes para ayudar a la gente que no tiene estatus legal, para ayudarles financieramente. Entonces, nada más sería de que mantengan informados en su estado propio para ver si tienen ese programa ya disponible para ustedes.
Okay, so a great question that we have is from Jessica, and she's asking, is this going to affect DACA recipients who are looking to adjust status through marriage? So Jessica, direct me if I'm wrong, and Elias, you can translate her question so that we can kind of go back and forth. But Jessica, I'm going to ask you a few follow-up questions to make sure that we're on the same page, okay?
Ok, la pregunta que ha hecho nuestra visita aquí, Jessica, es de que si esto va a afectar a gente que tiene DACA, que están buscando ajustar su estatus por matrimonio.
Okay, so my question to you would be, are you worried that this is going to somehow impact you with the public charge rule? You can translate that, Elias.
La pregunta es si tienen alguna duda o miedo que esto le vaya a afectar con la ley del cargo público.
Because if so, don't worry, this is not going to impact you for the public charge. This isn't like a public welfare type benefit. This is something that everyone's getting if they make under X amount of dollars per tax year in the past tax year.
Porque este pago económico, pago de impacto económico no le perjudica a los recipientes de DACA, porque esto no es un ingreso o nada, sino es una ayuda federal.
So you also have a work eligible social security number. So my view of the basic research that we've done is that people who have DACA are going to be able to receive, but Elias, your body language might be telling me that I'm wrong.
No, that's
okay.
Okay.
So I think basing on if you are here and you have a social security number that makes you work eligible, and everyone who is currently on DACA has one of those social security numbers, then I would say that you're most likely going to be eligible for the stimulus check. Of course, only time will tell as we get more and more into the weeds of how this is actually going to play out. But from my first blush, that's what my approximation would be.
Y en lo que se ha investigado, para la gente que tiene DACA, no les debe de perjudicar aceptar este pago, porque como le informamos, o sea, no es un ingreso ilegal ni nada de eso, entonces le debe de ayudar este pago a ustedes.
Okay. Now, one of the most important questions is, how do you get that money?
Una pregunta muy importante es cómo se colecciona este dinero. Y hay varias opciones. Entonces, para la gente que ha hecho sus ingresos, sus impuestos para el 2018 o el 2019, no necesita que sea absolutamente nada. Para aquella gente que recibió su pago de depósito directo, el gobierno estará depositando el pago económico en esa cuenta. Y para los que recibieron cheques, se les estará mandando cheque por correo.
Okay.
Para la gente...
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Para la gente que no hizo impuestos en 2018 o 2019, nada más se tienen que dirigir al sitio de la red del IRS y someter su información para que se registren en el sistema para que les puedan hacer llegar ese pago. Y eso es disponible, como les digo, en la página de IRS de ellos.
Okay, so what if, so just to summarize, so everyone's kind of on the same page in case they don't speak Spanish like me. Um, if you filed, basically, if you filed your taxes, however you filed your taxes in 2018 or 2019, if you filed those, that's basically going to be the same method that the IRS is going to send you your money. So I know that we filed, my family filed, and we did direct deposit. So we should be getting it through direct deposit as well. If you don't regularly file your taxes, you do need to go to the IRS website to update your information for payment. And that's also how perhaps you know, have changed banks or something like that, and you're no longer getting direct deposit at that specific bank anymore. You can go ahead and go directly to the IRS website and update your payment info there too, even if you do regularly file your taxes. The next question that a lot of people have is going to be, how much money am I going to get?
La otra pregunta que mucha gente tiene es de que cuánto dinero se les va a mandar referente al pago de impacto económico. Entonces, todo depende de cómo hayan hecho sus impuestos. Para aquellas personas que están haciendo sus impuestos solos y ganan menos de $75,000, les puede llegar a les va a llegar un cheque de $1,200. Y para aquella persona que sea cabeza de familia y que hacen menos de $112,000, pues le estaría llegando $1,200 también. Para la gente que está haciendo sus impuestos y casados y hacen menos de $150,000 juntos, les estaría llegando $2,400. Y adicionalmente, para aquellos que tienen hijos, les estarán mandando $500 por cada hijo que califique.
Okay, so can you summarize that for me in English? Thank you so
Sure.
much.
So individuals that make up to $75,000 or head of households that make up to 112,000, and they will be receiving approximately $1,200. For joint filers who make up to 150,000, those are married couples, they would or make less than $150,000, they would receive $2,400. Additionally, people with children would be receiving $500 per qualifying child, meaning, not adults.
Okay, so do we know for purposes, I know that in immigration, a child is considered anyone who's, 20, basically if you're 21 years and older, you're no longer considered a child. Do we know if that's the same cutoff threshold for this specific IRS issue?
I believe it is. And just one thing to note is if they are still a dependent and they're over the age of 21, they don't qualify as a child.
Okay, please share that information in Spanish. Very helpful. Thank you.
Una cosa también de tomar en cuenta es de que si usted tiene un hijo de mayoría de edad, de 21 años de edad, y aún son sus dependientes, ellos no serían hijo que califica, entonces no les estarían mandando $500 para ese hijo.
Okay, and I think the really important thing here to note is that if you are a lawful permanent resident, you do qualify for the stimulus check.
Y una cosa importante de notar aquí es de que la gente que son residentes permanentes legales sí les van a mandar y sí califican para recibir este pago.
Okay, what are the rules that lawful permanent residents need to have followed in order to qualify?
Para la gente que tiene su residencia legal y nada más hay que esperar a recibir su cheque si ha hecho sus impuestos los últimos 2 años. Si no ha hecho sus impuestos, nada más de dirigirse al sitio del IRS y ingresar su información para que lo registre en el sistema.
Okay, so filing in the last 2 years, and I think it's really important to note something that you mentioned to me before we came onto this recording was, even if you haven't filed your taxes in the past 2 years, it doesn't mean that you're going to miss out on this check. You actually may have an opportunity to just go ahead and get everything squared away and also benefit from it. So tell me a little bit about that, please.
O sea, para la gente que no ha hecho sus impuestos, no quiere decir que no les van a mandar su pago y que no califican. Nada más quiere decir que ustedes tienen que dirigirse al sitio de la red de IRS y imponer su información. Así para que ustedes estén en el sistema de ellos y registrados y para cuando hagan los pagos, ustedes los puedan aceptar también.
Wonderful. So, yeah, I think if you want to drop in the IRS links so that that people can have that you're talking about there, Elias, that would be super helpful because then people can find that in English and in Spanish.
Okay. I messages to you. It's not letting me post it.
Oh, I may have made too many messages. Okay, I see it. Here we go. Let me see if I can copy
That's the
it.
that's the Spanish one, and this is the English one.
Can you send me those in Nextiva, or did you close out?
Yeah.
What I'll do is when we get off of this live, that we'll go ahead and do it. So I hope this information has been super helpful for you. We're going to post two links. One will be to English and one will be to Spanish for the IRS's website, describing everything that we summarized for you on this video. If you have any questions, you can definitely give us a call so that we can help you kind of sort through things. I know that times are kind of crazy right now. We are all doing everything that we can to remain as normal as we can. And I think the really important thing here is that this is an opportunity. Like there's a reason that you're home with all of your documents right now, all the papers that you need to start your immigration case. They're right there waiting for you to get them sorted and to pick up the phone and call us so that you don't have to wonder, am I eligible for benefits in the United States ever again? Because you will be lawfully living here. In a few short years, we'll be able to file for citizenship and you'll be voting here.
No se queden con la duda. Si tienen preguntas inmigratorias o preguntas referente al pago económico, llámenos. No se quede con la duda. Quizás ustedes puedan beneficiar de algo inmigratorio y no lo saben. Entonces, una llamada les podremos asesorar eso.
Okay. Thank you so much, Elias. And I hope everyone has a great night.
Bye.